Hello everyone, a warm welcome and a heartfelt namaste. Today we are back with Deepak Taneja ji and on a very interesting topic. Well, medicines and medical issues are not very interesting for all, but this is a grey reality. This is a turning, startlingly heavy reality that is hitting us really hard. Blood cancer is one of those diseases that is making headway into our lives. So, Deepakji, what do you think is the real problem behind, so much of news hear about different kinds of cancer, not just blood cancer. You were just telling me that you have thyroid cancer, or you have people coming up with cheek cancer, knee cancer, all these kinds of cancers. Why is it so blooming in our society nowadays?
There are more than 225 type of cancers, as science have just verified those type of cancers right now. With the time, it can increase. The number will be increased by the time. Whenever there is a cancer to a body, not just that person is suffering, the whole family, financially, emotionally, and physically, they are tortured and destroyed in that process. So, whenever a person is suffering from a cancer, any type of cancer, he will be having a very, very tough time emotionally, physically, and financially. There are many reasons behind this. There is a atmosphere, polluted atmosphere is one of the main reasons. There is now we are finding that not just it is in the atmosphere, it is spoiling the earth also. We have polluted chemical filled earth now. There are certain type of diseases because of the we are eating so many vegetables and fruits which are not good for the health, because they are uh,
Filled with
treated by some chemicals which are not good for our health. Okay. Secondly, there is a जो, uh, mobile vibration type of problem is also there. There is a
yeah. So
certain type.
the
Yeah,
radiation levels are quite high.
radiation. Right word is radiation. Because of the mobile use, it is damaging a lot in our life. People are too close to the mobile. They keep always uh, mobile beside them while even sleeping at the night also,
Yeah.
and it is very dangerous for our health. And so many people are there. They have lot of stress in their life, and that diverts to any type of disease. One of them is cancer. Okay. Blood cancer or leukemia is actually a group of disease which impedes the standard functioning of blood cells and weakening the system gradually. That affects our immunity. Immune system is destroyed, and that will affect our complete health issues. Blood cancer represent a large group of malignancies. Malignancy is seen by our Rahu, and blood is seen by Moon plus Mars, and flow of blood is seen by Jupiter.
Right.
This group includes accumulation of cancerous cell in bone marrow. Bone marrow again is Mars, and blood. Blood. I told you earlier that blood is Mars plus Sun
Yes.
plus Moon plus
Moon.
Jupiter is complete blood. Lymphatic system is a system that circulates the white blood cell to the body for the fighting purpose of the uh, for immunity of our body. Okay.
Right.
The lymphatic system consists of lymph nodes, lymphatic vessels, tonsils, sleeping and digestive tracts, and thyroid tissues. This helps in the immunity of a person. And we see these lymph nodes from the 3, 7, and 11 houses. And circulatory system is the system that circulates the uh, white blood cell through the
Body.
clear by the these houses, these nodes, and that circulates in the body. Okay. When the malignant blood cells start growing at the rapid rate, they show many visible signs and symptoms of cancer in blood.
Okay. So what are the symptoms?
These are the symptoms which I will share with you the heavy breathlessness. Person will find that it is not easy for him to take breath very easily. Frequent infections on the bodies. If a infection is cured and another infection is started on the body. Abnormal bleeding from the cuts and gums of the teeth. Massive blood flow in women during periods. Pains in bones, joints, ribs, and back. Skin changes, itchiness can be possible also. Abdominal discomfort and swollen stomach. Swollen lymphatic glands or nodes, we can say. Severe abdominal pain. A heavy headache and vision problem. Frequent weight loss can be there.
Right.
Difficulty while urinating. A person can be having some of these symptoms or can be having all of these systems. It is possibility that a person may not have all these symptoms, but
Yeah.
some symptoms can be there. But a person can have all these symptoms also.
Right.
Occurrence of fine rashes or dark spots throughout the body. Occurrence of sudden bout of chill and night sweating means a person will have a too much of sweating on the nights. This is again seen by Mercury.
Right.
Next.
So, yeah. So the type of blood cancer they're talking about, blood cancer itself are of three types, is it?
Yeah, blood cancer is of three types, mainly three types. It is discussed as mainly three types. Primarily, that there are three types of blood cancer. Each type can have certain variances. Leukemia affects the white blood cells, which spurt in the multiplicity of the cancerous cells. Again, I told you that earlier that the multiplicity is seen by Mercury, and cancerous cell or malignant cancerous cell is seen by Rahu. They either affect bone marrow or circulatory system. Circulatory system, I told you the watery sign and watery houses, and lot of the signs and houses are important in that. While the symptoms are still unknown to the medical science, today's medical science, they differ according to the severity of the disease. But according to Ayurveda, whenever we have any disbalance in the Kapha and Vata and Agni Tattva dosha, there can be a possibility of any type of, and person having more of any type of dosha can have this type of disease.
Right.
Lymphomat sites are a type of white blood cells, corpus. The cancerous cell directly affect the lymphocytes, leads to lymphoma. Myeloma. The cancerous formation affects the plasma. Now it affects, in this case, the affected cell is plasma. The most common form is multiple myelomas. Okay.
Right.
Leukemia is marked by an acute destruction of health. Here, health will be acute.
Yeah.
Means the person will face a lot of problems and in a certain short time period. The major symptom includes extreme fatigue and general weakness. Also, one affected by it's likely sweat excessively and come under bouts of breath shortness in the course of performing day-to-day functions. I told you just excessively sweetness is seen by Mercury, and shortness of breathing is seen by Rahu and Jupiter.
Right.
Whenever Jupiter is affected by Rahu, then we have this type of issues. Vulnerability to germs and infections as well as swelling to the lymphatic nodes are some of the other fallout of the leukemia. Lymphatic system and nodes is seen by moon, and whenever there is a damage to the moon, it is seen that it is very visible that these type of issues are there. On the other hand, in leukemia, the acute type, the symptoms are likely to develop with the increasing intensity.
Hmm.
Symptoms of lymphoma: coughing, extreme fatigue, fullness of abdomen, itching, nausea, food aversion, night sweating, loss of weight. These are the symptoms which we find in this type of disease.
I just have a question,
Yes, yes, yes.
Deepak ji. So this kind of this kind of a thing that we are seeing, the symptoms when we see fatigue, itching, loss of weight, night sweating. These are common kind of symptoms in all the type of blood cancer.
Yes, 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 yes. These can be seen in other diseases also. But whenever we find it, we have to
Check up.
go for the proper checkup, and doctor will tell us which type of disease it is.
Right.
Exactly it is. How and how much it is damaged, and how soon we can recover from the medication. Okay. Symptoms of myeloma: generic feel fatigue, painful back, susceptibility to infections. Infections is seen by mercury again. Breath shortness, I told you just right now. Bouts of numbness. Numbness is again where the circulation of blood is not there. The Ketu and Saturn is the significator of these type of issues, where there is not proper circulation of blood. It is because of Saturn or Ketu in any part of the body. Occurrence of kidney problems can develop this type of because of myeloma. Again, I tell you that because of kidneys also only
Yeah.
we get a proper uh,
Blood circulation, because
proper blood, not just proper blood circulation, purified blood also, because our kidneys purify the blood, and that is circulated in the body through the circulatory system.
Yes.
And that's why it is very important for our health. We should have a very good kidneys.
Yes. So drink lots of water first and foremost.
Yeah, there are various causes of blood cancers. Some of them are a weakened immune system, high dose of radiation. I told you that because of the mobile usage, there is a possibility of high problems. There can be there are other sources of radiations also. Sometimes people working in the hospitals are also going through these type of radiation, and there are also some factories and industrial areas also where this is they have that type of job where their radiation is in abundant.
Yes, yes.
Contact of harmful chemicals like benzene, use of petrol and solvent is used in the rubber and plastic industry. The people working in these type of industries are prone to this type of disease because their immunity is damaged by these things. Genetic disorders can be possible. Sometimes I've seen that there are various types of cancers is seen from generation to generation. Okay. And carcinogenic chemicals and exposure to radiation. Smoking is one of the cause that can be the reason for cancer, because of smoking, a person uh, red blood cells to RBC is always increased.
Right.
You will be surprised to know that uh, whenever a person who is smoking, his RBC level will increase.
Okay.
Because of uh, resistance to the disease, our body react in that way.
Okay.
HIV infection can be the reason for cause of the blood cancer.
Okay.
And a particular increase age or old age time can be the cause of the blood cancer.
Right.
Astrologically, Lagan and Lagnesh is most important in every chart for every type of event in the life.
Right.
Every type of event. Once again, I say the Lagna Nakshatra is most important. That is the key minute point of our health. Right. So whenever a person is having Nakshatra related to the Nakshatra Lord is related to the 6, 8, 12, and that means a person is prone to the disease of something which is not good for health. A serious type of disease can be possible in that person's life. Third house is very important in our life. It is the house of our physical growth. It notes are seen from the third house. Even the motor neuron action is seen from the third house. So third house is most important in the proper working of our body, and it is 12th from the fourth house. And emotional imbalances are seen from the third house because of it is 12th from the fourth house. Third house, 7th house, and 11th house are the houses for the lymphatic nodes or lymphatic systems, but they work for the 4, 8, and 12. That is the circulatory system. They process the thing and transfer to the circulatory system, and that is circulated in the body through the circulatory houses or the system. Fourth house and lord of the fourth house is very important. 8th house and lord of the 8th house. 12th house and lord of the 12th house. And watery signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces are the very important for the any blood type of issues. Any type of issue, and Cancer is one of them.
Right.
8th house is most important. It is because it is the house of every serious type of disease.
Right.
Every disease which is serious, 8th house is always involved. Whenever Lagna is weaker than 6th and 8th and 12th, the ratio of damage to the body can be assessed by this thing. The more it is damaged from the 6th house, it is short time type of problem can be seen from there. If it is more damage from the 8th house, the long term of diseases are diseases which are very serious of nature, which can destroy complete health also. In Hindi we say the mrityu tulya kasht anubhav karna. You can translate it to
It's like
experiencing a
that like
death-like experience.
that like pain and things like
Yeah. So that type of scene is seen from the 8th house. And 12th house, from the 12th house, it is seen that the complete immunity is damaged. And we can assess that immunity is not enough to fight the disease or fight the negativities in the body. Watery sign are the weaker signs of the our chart, because they are the weakest points where our health or immunity is lowest. Planet Mars is the significator or karka of the bone marrow. Moon is water or watery part of the of our body. In total we have 70% of water in our body, but in every cell of our body there are around 90% of the water is there. So moon is very important, and it affects our body too much. And now again I say sun is the significator of the white cell and immunity of our body. Resistance to every type of disease to the body is seen by the sun. I add Venus also, because Venus is very important. Where Venus is weak also, along with Sun, Moon, and Mars, then there are possibility that immunity will be very low. Rahu is the malignant planet, and it gives the high damage type of problem to the person. Ketu works in the micro level of damaging to the anything, and the result we see from that at the final result we see is that is Rahu. That is macro level of the picture. Rahu is working on the micro level, and Ketu is working on the micro level, and Rahu is on the macro level. So anything which is seen, which is came to understand by the people or the doctors is Rahu, but damaging portion is done by the Ketu.
right.
Jupiter is growth of each and every type of thing in our living and non-living things. Mercury is multiplication and plurality to any type of diseases. So whenever we see chart, we have to see through these things. Lagan is the most important. Kindly keep chart play, please. This is the chart of a person who is suffering from the blood cancer. Lagna is very important for every chart. We have just discussed about it, and I have told it many times earlier also, that Lagan, Lord, and Nakshatra of the Lagna is the most important. That is the point where we assess the quality of the health of a person. Here the Lagna is in the nakshatra of Shravana Nakshatra, that is of moon, and moon is sitting in the 8th house. It is damaged over there. And Lagan Lord is sitting in the house of a planet which is Saturn, and which is Mars. Mars again is sitting in the 8th house. And we can very easily assess that the Mars and Moon are together there, and there is a 100% possibility of having a blood type of issues to the person. Now again we see that the Jupiter is aspecting Moon and Mars. Jupiter is retro and going to the previous house, and nodes point 37 and 11, where we see that nodes again is damaged by Rahu and Saturn are sitting over there. Rahu is aspecting Saturn, and that in directional aspect, the Rahu is also Rahu and Saturn are in the same direction. There, Rahu is expecting, or we can say that Saturn, Ketu, Venus, Sun, and Mercury are expecting Rahu. Venus is in debilation. So we are not finding any support to the watery signs are damaged, watery houses are damaged, and the planets related to the disease are all are damaged. Here we, if we see the degree wise the position of a planet, Sun is having Ketu heir to it, and Venus is heir to Ketu, and Mercury is heir to Venus. So Sun have to go through the all these things. First, Sun will contact Ketu, then will contact debilitated Venus, and then multiplication Karka Mercury. So in this chart, it is very easily understandable that this person is suffering from the blood cancer. Here I will suggest some remedies to the person. That those remedies are the chart of mantra of the nakshatra of the lagna, and the chart of the mantra of the nakshatra of the lagna lord.
Okay.
And both should be done by the person, and or the they will hire a person proper having all this type of qualities to do the remedies. And one more thing I will suggest over here is that they can do Mahamrityunjay mantra with Samput, using Samput also of Gayatri mantra, doing that. That will give a lot of great support to the health of the person.
Very good. This is a very beautiful thing that you've said, Deepak ji. You know, in lifestyle, what happens is with so much of exposure to pollution, so much of all these things, if we can just make sure that we're eating healthy, doing exercise, our chart will show the potential. But if we can do a lot of these, take care of our health, then we can just avert to a lot of extent these things, and do these things on a daily basis, so that financially, emotionally, and physically, you or your family members don't really have to suffer so much. So we will meet again with another beautiful video with Deepak ji. Till then, thank you, Deepak ji.